here we have a list of all the companies that we deal with here, and we have their year-to-date sales, how much they've returned back to us year-to-date, and it also shows then the maximum that they can return. The maximum is really kind of determined by taking their year-to-date revenue and just taking half of that, and that would be their maximum. So that's the maximum that this particular company can return. Now they're nowhere near it yet, but they're getting close. But what we want to do is show, by highlighting the whole row, which ones have exceeded their level. In other words, where the variance ends up being a positive number, anything over 0. Okay, so if you look at some of these, like this one right here, they have exceeded it because their max is 10,000. They've already returned 12,000. So we want to have that particular one highlighted as well. So that's what we want to do down our list here. So how are we going to do that? Well, again, we're going to go back in there and select, from A2 across and then all the way down. And then we can go back up to the top of the list there. Okay, now we can keep the formula simple that we're going to be putting in because we have the variance in here. So we don't have to worry about having to do a calculation that we already have here, see? So we'll just refer to this in our formula. So we'll go to conditional formatting, manage rules. Oop, wrong one, sorry, didn't mean that. Conditional formatting, new rule, all right? And then we want to use a formula. And then the formula is going to be what? Well, equal, so if what? If $symbol H2, so starting with H2 and working its way down, if that ends up being greater than 0. So if it's at 0, that's okay because they're right at the mark there. But beyond 0, meaning it gets to be a positive number, then they're over their limit. All right, so there it is. That's what we have to put in there. Now, we go to Format. We'll go ahead to the fill here. We'll go with, let's say, blue. We'll do these guys. Hit OK. Hit OK. And there we go. Now we can take a look at like this one here and say, well, this is really 14,000, right? So enter that one in. And now that turns. Now, just so you know, when we did the variance calculation, all that was taking F2 minus G2. So taking this number minus that number to give us that. We could have used this instead in our conditional format formula if we didn't have column H, let's say. So let's pretend like we don't have column H. So I'm just going to go in there and kill that off. All right, pretend we don't have it. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the formula again, the conditional format formula again, now using that new formula. So let me do this first. I'm going to go back in and get rid of our rules here. So just clear the rules from the entire sheet there. I think they went when we got rid of column H there, but just to make sure. All right, so what do? We go back to the beginning here, Control, Shift, right arrow key, down arrow key, all right? And then we go to conditional formatting, new rule, use a formula. All right. Now in this case, we'd do something like equal, and we would say in parentheses, $symbol what? So $symbol F2, all right, minus $symbol G2, all right? If that ends up being greater than, we'll just say greater than 0, all right, then do this formatting. So we'll just pick that for the format, hit OK, all right, hit OK on that, and there you go. And as you can see, all of their levels here, their max level, are less than this here, so we know we're over, obviously, right? All right, very good. So hopefully this comes in handy. Appreciate you watching the video. Take care.